Jola Penchir Sange Jubar Sho Shogi Shmogi.
Okay, so I apologize
Yeah.
again that I had to put two quizzes quizzes for two classes in at one time.
Okay.
So just to remind you, this text, we've gotten to the point where we are, Choni Lama is presenting to us the 5 great reasonings used by Prasangika to show that nothing has a nature of its own. Okay, and we started with other reasons before. We ended last term having just begun the discussion of the king of reasonings, right? The dependent origination being used to prove that. So our first class was inching a little bit further into that reason. And then it was the second class when we took the step back to look at, Choni Lama ended his little brief discussion about mushikye, that mushikye gok, the denial of that thing, using the 4 possibilities to show that things don't start. Right, thank you.
You can change the URL now.
Oh, yeah.
Not right now.
Not now.
In the grander now.
I know.
Now. It is now allowed.
I just came out of logic. Give me a break.
That's a good excuse.
Right.
Okay. So what are both the incorrect and the correct ways of translating this phrase?
Okay, purple elephants are pink.
That's definitely incorrect.
No. Well, that is one incorrect way. But if you were a translator if you were translating this phrase into English, what are two? Thank you for making me clarify. What are the incorrect and correct ways of translating?
Everything that does not exist.
Yeah.
Using the everything and the not.
Everything doesn't have its own nature.
Right. Everything. Right. Yeah. Everything is its.
And then the correct way.
Nothing is
naturally. Nothing has its own nature.
Okay. So what are the 2 important parts of the consequent branch description of dependent origination? Thank you.
Say it again.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
So Ming, the word used to refer to an object, and then da, the term or expression, the mental image of an object.
Yeah, nice.
And term is really important.
Yeah,
Thank you for foreshadowing the next question. Which of these 2 is more important and why? First talk about why Ming, like what role Ming is, and then talk about Da.
Because Ming is arbitrary based upon.
Oh, so if it doesn't matter, why is it included? No, seriously.
It matters in some way. But
Oh, really? How?
Because you can always change names and it doesn't change the pen. Pen and B.
Okay, I like that. Okay, now tell me about Da.
It's the actual image that comes out of the seed, which then becomes the thing you see based upon your karmic seeds.
Wow.
So the thing I like about Ming is that it's relatively loosely connected, like in Romeo and Juliet. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would were he not Romeo called. Da. Yeah, he would smell good. Of course he smells good. There's the phenomes going on, or whatever, pheromone, whatever they are. Da, it is our experience of the object, right? And it's the result of previous actions. So Da explains how it is we create our world, why it is we experience what we experience. And so if we understand the idea that nothing could exist independently of names and expressions, we reach the meaning of the lack of a self-nature in the consequent branch of the middle way. Then we go meditate, man. I suppose Tendril Tenchik has no English equivalent.
Dama too.
And tumeche cannot be expressed in English.
Something which exists that does not come about by the convening of causes and conditions.
Or
Yeah,
existing thing, that's right, this is the new
that's right.
addendum.
And similarly with dunang mundu.
That thing that's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so instead of an image, I had some assistance.
You can do a song?
Chinese opera.
Okay, wait, you guys missed it.
Okay.
Don't look.
Okay.
Where-
Sky is blue.
where-
Okay, now.
Wait, what was that?
It's right in front of your eyes.
Just a quick question.
Existing.
Lindu, is this always in front of your eyes, or does this mean like bringing also in your meditation?
Dunki nanga lama kolo damba yabu na takuki lama yidan chosen kandesu me toku kone duba. Dunki nanga. The sadhana starts with Dunki nanga.
Yeah, that seems to answer
Both,
the
I
question.
guess.
Can be either one, yeah.
Okay.
In front of me.
Sorry.
Please place your eyes upon the screen and your ears upon the screen.
Up on the screen.
Boa constrictors swallow their prey whole without chewing it.
I don't understand.
I pondered this deeply. And then I made my first drawing.
Oh, this is,
I showed my masterpiece to grown-ups and asked if the drawing frightened them.
Frightened? Why should anyone be frightened of a hat?
some of the Little Prince, right? Yeah.
Whoa.
Dads have to know these things.
That book's popular in the monastery. Other kids. Yeah, it's never, they all have the little, I think it's how they learn English.
They learn English.
So this is majorly thanks to Venerable Sunam that happened. Yeah, she's a master. So now we're going on to our step back into the land of Mushikye. So Chini Lama says that if we want to prove that the three relationships hold for the proof that denies starting through four permutations, we should look somewhere else. Where does Kedrupje suggest we look? Do you remember? We had this whole thing about, oh, what order did they put it?
Yeah,
Oh.
We
What?
did look there.
He just says to look elsewhere. Does he say where to look?
Kedrupje. Kedrupje said,
Kedrupje says that we should look in his Chikdanjel, Chikdujel.
yeah. So in Great Interlude on Emptiness, he says,
Yep.
basically, we could just use the one that's used for Chikdudra.
Yeah.
Now, how does Kedrupje refute the possibility that one thing could cause a singular result?
Refuted?
Yeah.
Yeah, he refuted it. It was a two-parter,
That makes sense.
something to do with
Oh, eye consciousness.
that's
The opposite.
one, maybe one part.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because the eye sense power would has to
Oh.
cause both. Oh, it would.
No,
then
he raises a question.
Right. Well, then, does that mean that the eye sense power cannot cause both the next moment of the eye sense power and also the eye sense awareness that would follow from it?
Right. Does a single instance of the eye sense power cause only a second instance of the eye sense power? Does it create a visual awareness?
Yeah.
Not and visual awareness. You can tell I edited to add visual. What absurd consequence does Kedrupje reveal?
Blind.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah, okay, but in two ways, right?
Yeah, he does say
Right.
In
If we only create your awareness, it's only the eye will.
if you only create another sense power, then you have no awareness of it, you're blind.
And then the opposite, when you create the power,
Then in the second instance,
You got
instant,
eyeballs.
you're
Yeah.
blind.
Or optic nerves. Okay.
Four
Denying the
permutations,
four
the-
possibilities.
Denial that things could arise through any of the four possibilities.
then
Risuchepa.
Cutting the class. Literally.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
Isolate, that's right.
Manje, an impression or imprint or footprint or handprint.
It says
Or one of those things in the Hollywood.
you eventually have to fix your
Very
Tibetan.
good. Thank you so much.
Utpala.
It's blind
Wow.
eyes.
Oh, blind, is that blind?
Because it's a mannequin.
Too much mascara.
Utpala, your Langje says do moje.
Oh, sorry.
You'll
Thank
get
you
there.
for catching that. You have the plain lama.
Ah, it's gonna crash it. Okay. Okay, you wrote me an email and here's the answer. So we're discussing different proofs for
You still have to take the
emptiness
Yep.
in the highest school, right?
Yes.
And we reached one which is called Mushikingo, which is called denying that things could start in 4 different combinations. Okay, what are the 4 different combinations? One cause cannot make one result, self-existently. Many causes cannot make many results, self-existently. Many causes cannot make one result self-existently, and one cause cannot make many results self-existently. 4 possibilities. Okay, got it? What would it be to cause something self-existently in the kitchen for $50?
It would be for the husband to be yelling because of traffic.
$50.
Yay.
Gosh. He's
Independently
making,
of me being in the room.
okay, it looks like cause and effect, but it's not. Okay, I'll say it again. It looks like because he had a bad traffic coming home in his car, the husband is upset at you. When you walk in, you don't say anything, right? He starts calling you Fantong, which is rice bucket head. And we actually had dinner in China, and we had a rice bucket came, and Stanley said, we got a rice bucket. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, so those are the 4. If the husband got mad from the traffic, then you should make sure he has a chauffeur or something, and then your husband would never get mad, right? And if you've ever tried to do that, it doesn't work. The husband still gets mad. So it's not the bad traffic which is causing his bad mood. You are causing his bad mood. Okay. The bottom line, the ultimate answer, is always it's your fault. You made bad seeds when you yelled at your kids. So the reason your husband is angry is because of you. It's always because of you. Okay. Every irritating person you ever met in your life was coming from you, okay? Now, with the husband, was it just the traffic and then he was mad once? Or was there 2 days of bad traffic and he was mad once? Or was there 1 day of bad traffic and he got mad twice? Or was it many days of bad traffic and he got mad many times? That's Mushikengo. That's Mushikengo. And none of the above. None of the above. Got it? Very easy. If you take it to the kitchen, it's very easy. Got it? Got it? You okay? Seriously? You're not just nodding. Okay. I'll say it again. It wasn't 1 bad traffic that made him mad once. It wasn't 2 bad traffics that made him mad once. It wasn't 1 bad traffic that made him mad once. It wasn't many times. It wasn't many bad traffics that made him mad many times. Because the traffic didn't make him mad ever. Because you made him mad. Got it? That's all. That's Mushikingo. Okay, got it? Now, anytime you give a logic, there's 2 things you have to check to prove. 3 relationships have to be true. Okay, let's go. Let's take the Japanese restaurant. We should go there tonight because I like the food. Okay. So, this is a typical at-home argument. Okay. Let's take the Japanese restaurant Churchin. Let's take the Japanese restaurant. We should go there tonight because I like the food there. Okay. That's the wife will say or the husband will say. Okay. Now, to check if it's correct, to put it easily, you have to check 2 parts. What? 1 must be 3. Okay, what is it in this case?
Do you like Japanese restaurants?
Does she like the Japanese restaurant? Okay. Yeah, that half confirmation, half reason confirm. What's the second half? If 3,
if she does,
then 2.
then you should both go there.
Yeah, that's woman's logic.
She's kind of right.
If she likes a Japanese restaurant, we should go there together.
It's basically true.
Okay, got it?
Can we use the husband instead?
Yeah, you can use when you teach it. When you teach it, you can use the husband. It's just that those of us who have a wife, it means more. Okay,
Well, no,
if
I'm
you
just
teach it,
saying
you can
about-
use a husband.
You said
No, of
husband
course.
and traffic about one instance, so let's do a proof about how one
If the
instance
husband says
being in the
we should go to
traffic-
the Japanese
No,
restaurant
no, no,
because.
about being in traffic. And then
No.
not-
Anyway, no. I'm trying to make it more simple. Okay, got it. So 1 must be 3, and if 3, then must be 2. Let's do it again. She says, take the Japanese restaurant. We should go there together tonight because I like the food. Okay, so what's 1 plus 3?
So her and
Is it true that she likes to
I.
No, Japanese restaurant and she likes the food. Okay, now what's if 3 then 2?
So if she likes the
If she likes it, we should go.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, got it? Okay, now in Tibetan language, this is called Chokchu. Chokchu. The opening words of Dharma Kirti's Pramanavartaka. Chokchu deche, kyapai deche. Okay, very famous. It's the first line. The first words are the first line. 1 and 3. Okay, it's called Chokchu. What's if 3 then 2 called? Kyab, or shortly kyaba. Okay. Now with the husband and traffic. Okay, our author says, we should check if 1 is 3, and we should check if 3 then 2. But you figure it out from someplace else. You go someplace else. I'm going on. It's just like what I did with Adam this morning. I'm going on. I don't care if you guys understand or not. That author said that. Now, we are mixed nuts. We have a high standard. We have the best translation group in the whole universe. I checked. And so we don't put in our translation, you can find it somewhere else, good luck. We actually go and find it for the reader. And we take it from the other book and we put it in our translation, okay? So we're doing that right now. We're trying to do the 1-3, and we're trying to do the 3-2, okay? Now, we found a guy who said, very famous student of Tsongkhapa, okay, Kedupje, and he said, the 3-2 thing, if 3 then 2, about this traffic and the husband, Shendishe, you can find that somewhere else. Oh, thanks. That's why we came to you, because the other guy told us the same thing. It's like you're looking for some kind of thing to buy in the store, and they keep sending you to the next store. Okay? But he did explain half. He did explain half. So we're going to take that half from him. He explained 1 and 3 in a very complicated way, but we like that. He explains 1 and 3. And then Venerable Utpala found if 3-2 in our own book. He mentioned it before. Okay, got it? He mentioned it for a different proof, but it's supposed to be the same, because this guy says if you want the 3-2 thing for the traffic, go look up the 3-2 thing for the restaurant. It's the same. And we have that in our text already. Okay? So you're going to supply it from Chonin Lama. The kyaba, the 3-2 thing. Okay? That's in Chonin Lama. Right here it says, kyaba drupa. Oh, if you want to know the 3-2 thing, we'll go to the old argument we did before. Okay? It's the similar, very similar. We'll take it. Very similar.
But
now,
this is K-Drip saying
yeah,
the argument we
yeah,
before, but Johnny Lama just happens to also use this.
Exactly.
K-Drip.
Yeah, it's irritating. Okay. Now, but he does do a good job on the 1-3, and it's complex because there's 4 possibilities. Okay, it's complex because the reason has 4 possibilities. 1 is 3 is complex because there's 4 parts to 3. He 1 traffic made 1 upset, 2 traffics made 1 upset, 1 traffic made 2. We have to go through 4 possibilities here. Okay, to confirm 1 is 3. Got it?
Yep.
All right, and we think we read this already, didn't we?
We did.
Okay, so we don't have to read it
Oh
again.
no, actually we didn't read it because
We
you
didn't?
said it wasn't gonna be helpful. Oh no. Oh, we didn't read it. You just started. I think.
Yeah, it was at the end.
Did we read it or we didn't read it? You want to read it? You want me to read it with you?
Mick
Let's read it and let's just read it. Yeah.
Su Utpala.
Okay, let's start here. Chokchu.
Utpala.
Okay.
Mu tangpo ning lopa ken sumla jar te shena.
Okay, Chokchu Durbala. If we're gonna confirm one is 3, Chokchu Deche Kyabayi. Very famous. Then Mu Tambo ni Gopa.
The first
Uh,
permutation.
The first 2 possibilities. Okay, what were they?
One,
Somebody's
one,
keeping track of it,
one,
right?
Nibo.
1, 1, 1 to many. Okay. Those first 2 refuting Gokpa, denying the first 2 possibilities. How many of the 4 possibilities are denied in the proof?
All of them.
All 4. Trick question.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. How many possibilities for the husband getting upset are denied in this proof?
All of them.
All of them. One traffic, 1 husband upset. 2 traffics, 1 husband upset. 1 traffic, I don't know. Okay, got it? So, okay, so we wish he would have done it, just straightforward, but he doesn't. He says, let's discuss the 4 with 3 different cases. Hungry once, mad once. Traffic once, mad once. His favorite TV show wasn't on, mad once. He changes the condition 3 times, okay? For each one, which makes 12. Okay, got it? Which is mean. But if you want to impress your readers and get a longer book so you can charge more, you should use this one. I'm just kidding. Okay, Chocho Dupala, Mutamani Gokin. Kiensum Lajar. Let's connect it to the 3
Factors.
conditions, 3 conditions. Then I wanted to go to Kianshi because it was fresh in my mind because I just did it in Nagarjuna. But I'm not sure. I forget. I don't think they apply here. I think it's a different 3 cans. Okay. I think he tells us. Kiansum Lajarte. Let's apply it to 3 different possible reasons why he's not upset, but he looks like he's upset. He was in traffic, he was hungry, and his favorite TV show was canceled tonight. Okay, got it? Okay, here we go. And then discuss the 4 possibilities, which makes 12 possibilities. Okay? Okay, just smile. Go.
Mikwang ki, mikwang nipa kona ke kam mikshe chikku kona ke.
Okay, when you look at the cup, okay, you have your eyeball detects the cup, okay? Your eyeball detects the cup. When the eyeball detects the cup, it triggers an awareness of seeing the cup. And so the eyeball detects the cup 1 second, 1 millisecond before the mind says, I'm looking at a cup. Got it? So first there's I looking at the cup, and then triggers I'm looking at the cup. And there's actually a time gap. Okay, so the cells at the back of my eyeball, which we know the shape of due to Stanley's text, some flower or something, at the cells at the rods and cones in science, they respond to shape and color. And then, so I detect a shape and a color, but I don't think yet. I'm not thinking yet. I'm seeing a cup, okay? Then that triggers an awareness of seeing, okay? Got it? Visual awareness, okay? So is it true that one detection by the eye of a coffee cup could create the detection of the next moment? I'm not talking about the awareness. I'm not talking about the awareness. The detection of brown and round, would that trigger another detection of brown and round in the next millisecond? It always does, yeah, until you look away.
Or if the thing changes.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, and if the object doesn't change,
Okay. Which is
then the first instance of looking at brown and round, of detecting brown and round, causes the second instant of detecting brown and round. Okay, that's all. Got it? So can we say that one brown and round causes one other thing?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, does it also trigger an awareness of the brown and round.
It does.
Yeah, that's all. Okay. So here it is. Here it is. Migwang ki, migwang nipa konake. Is it the case that the brown and round detection creates the second brown and round detection, or dam, or is it the case that it just triggers one awareness of brown and round in that moment? Which one?
Kona.
Either or. Is it?
Neither.
What would you say?
Neither.
Both choices wrong.
Yeah.
Both choices wrong.
Because of
Did
Kona.
the husband get upset from the traffic, or did the husband get upset from being hungry? Both wrong. Okay, got it? Okay. Now, if you say, this is where it gets sexy, okay? If you say that it's only, the only thing that's going on, the only thing that the brown and round detection creates is the second moment of brown and round. It doesn't create your awareness. It does not. Because only one creates one, right? We're talking about one to one. Okay, so if it only creates the next moment of brown and round, then tam che longwa.
Then you're blind.
Then the whole world is blind, okay? Because the brown and round isn't triggering an awareness of color. Okay, the eye detected it, but we don't see it. I don't see it, okay? If it's just one to one, then choose. You want brown and round the next moment, or you want I see brown and round. But you can't have both because only one to one. We're discussing, is it possible to have one to one? Got it? Okay, double tarna. If it's that the brown and round only creates the next brown and round, then everybody's blind. Okay, got it? Got it? Because the brown and round doesn't have time to create an awareness of brown and round because it can only create one result. Because you said one thing can only cause one thing. The husband only gets angry from traffic. Got it? Only gets angry once from one traffic. Okay, got it? Okay. Nipa tarnang. Okay, I changed my mind. It's still one to one. It's still one to one. The brown and round creates my awareness of brown and round, but forget the next moment stuff. Forget the next moment stuff because I want one to one. I want one to one. The brown and round creates an awareness of brown and round, but it doesn't create brown and round in the next one because we can only have one, right? We only can have one. Okay, then since there's no second brown and round, then still tam je long. Everybody's still blind in the second moment. Okay, because there's no second moment of brown and round because brown and round can only create the awareness of brown and brown and round cannot create the brown and round in the next moment because one to one. One cause, one result. One cause, one result. That's the first move. One cause, one result. He only gets angry from traffic and never from me yelling at the kids. Okay, got it? She wants to hold one to one. Got it? Okay, then hunger didn't play a part. Not seeing his favorite TV show didn't play a part. It was only the traffic is why he got upset today. Okay, got it? He ate a big lunch. And they have another show that he ended up liking more. Okay? Stanley's like, Okay, good. Now, listen, I go ahead and cover the two. We got to cover the two. And Utpala is going to do it for us. What's the two? By the way, there's a two, which refers to a kind of cheese. Who said that? That's weird. How'd you know that? Oh, there's a two which refers to a kind of, it's not a hard cheese. It's a kind of a semi-hard cheese. And it's really stinky and you don't want to try it. Okay, you'll get sick, I'm telling you. It's got yak hairs in it. Okay. So tune here, this two with an apostrophe.
In a flow.
In a flow. Yeah, okay, got it?
Connected
Got it? So if you say it's one-to-one, which one-to-one do you want? Well, I'm not talking about the one-to-one to the next moment. Now I'm talking about the one-to-one that the brown and round creates an awareness of brown and round. Okay, so let's just have that. For the first second, you have an awareness of brown and round because one-to-one. But then there's no second moment of the cup because you can only have one result. You said only one result. So there's no continuation of the cup too. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it? You guys okay? Yeah. All right, let's go to the third possibility. What was the third possibility? How many to how many?
Many to one.
You sure? I mean, I'm trusting you. I'm not keeping track.
Oh, we're skipping this.
Did we just?
We've just finished the second.
Oh, no, we just finished 1 to 1. Oh, the second.
I'm sorry. He doesn't talk about the second mu.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Does
disturbing.
he just go out of order?
Maybe it's going out of order, I hope. Okay, so we're on the third mu, actually. Okay.
Uh-oh.
That is what?
What was the third mu? I'll go back and...
The third one is
Many to one.
Here it is right
You said
here.
it's not a hard
Gyuching.
order.
Gyudumen. Oh, it's many causes, one result. Okay? Keep it in mind. That's your responsibility. I have to think about this other thing. Many causes, one result. Okay, here we go. Mu number 3. I'll introduce you to Mr. Mu number 3. Okay, go. Read, please.
Musum pangopani. Gyutume ndrebu chikonake na mikshe ki nyongwe cha tangyu ki nampa shawe cha tangyuri su chepa nzin. Nuki chatsum poe nangne kangrung chikona mikshe ki kien sum ke lak je su terwe. Mikshe ki keche chen yi mit sipam gyume du kepart.
Hello.
Tero.
Oh, it doesn't go up or down. It's just a statement.
Is it Langje instead of? Is it Langje?
Yeah.
Langje.
For no.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
shouldn't be
there's
put
no
in.
reason. It's like Dorje,
Yeah, okay.
which is another messed up one. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to Musumpako.
We're going to refute the third permutation.
Yeah, and just to go back to it, what would it be with the husband?
It would be the fact that he was in he had traffic, not only in the morning, but in the evening on the way
Good,
home.
yeah. Or he had traffic. If he just had traffic today, he doesn't usually get upset. But if it happens twice in a row, he gets upset.
And he got mad.
If it happens, no, you can just say 2 causes, but any multiple causes, okay? Got one, he didn't get upset yesterday from one traffic, but today it repeated, so he finally got upset. 2 causes, 1 result. Okay, got it? All right, kona kena. If that's the case, then when the brown and round creates an awareness of brown and round, that awareness of brown and round has 3 different aspects. He has a red face, he sounds louder, and this starts to curve. Okay, so three manifestations in the single result of this traffic, 2 traffics, right? Got it? Okay.
Not the results.
He said dribble.
No, milkshake in Yongwei Cha.
Maybe
No,
this must
the
be-
experience.
Next line.
The experience has 3 different aspects.
Yongwei Cha.
Okay.
Multiple.
Well, we have to decide.
Experiencing the
We have to decide. It's supposed to be a single result, but normally, when you look at the coffee, there's 3 shades of mind going on. First one, Nyongwei Cha, just the awareness, just the experience. Okay, just the experience of coffee. Coffee. Okay. Number 1, my visual awareness has 3 flavors to it at the same time. 3 flavors at the same time. Number 1, there's an experience of life, of awareness. Okay, I'm not blind, I'm not dead. Something's happening. I'm experiencing something. Number 2, there's an aspect of the object going on. I have brown, but I don't have green or red or yellow. Okay, there's a coloration of the mind. Got it? So now we got 2 aspects in the mind, which results. Okay, I'm having a feeling, and it's a brownish feeling. It's not a reddish feeling or a yellowish feeling. Okay, it's an upsetish feeling about traffic. Okay, so I have a feeling of being upset, and it has a coloration. I remember certain cars. I remember certain drivers yelling. Okay, it has a coloration at the same time. So we got experience and we got coloration at the same time, resulting from the traffic. Got it? You okay?
Kind of.
And
Understand why they're different.
There's a cha. Cha means an aspect. Okay. Anytime you experience something, there's several aspects in a single moment in time. You're aware. B, there's brownish. The mind is brownish. Okay, got it? 3, what's the example in the Yoga Sutra, by the way?
A jewel against a flower.
You put a
Diamond.
sapphire on top of a book, and the letters look blue. Okay, that's called an aspect. Okay, it colors the mind. Okay, the mind is the blue. Okay, and then there's another one. There's an aspect of an ability of the mind to isolate the object. He's not thinking about every car he saw today. So at the same moment, as a result of the traffic, he has 3 aspects in his mind. Number 1, he's experiencing traffic. Number 2, it's traffic-ish from the white car-ish. Okay, and number 3, the resulting state of mind has the ability to isolate certain cars from other cars. And those happen simultaneously. There's an aspect of awareness, there's a coloration of the mind, and there's an ability of the mind to discriminate. Here, where is that? Yul risuche. Risuche is an idiom, not an idiot. That means to draw distinction. Okay, the guy in the white car pissed me off. The guy in the blue car didn't piss me off. Okay, so 3 aspects of his resulting mind. Now, question: how many causes we have? How many results we have?
We have 1 cause.
Good. Traffic.
3 results.
And 3 results: experience, coloration, discrimination, isolation. Okay, got it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah, 1 too many.
So,
I'm getting there. No, well, he's getting there, don't worry. Chaskum kinangne. Of those 3 aspects, I guess he always has only one of them.
Because you're saying.
Okay? Of those 3 aspects that every experience has in the universe, his traffic aspect, unfortunately, only has one of the 3. Either he has an experience, or he has a coloration, or he has a discrimination. But he can't have all 3 at once. Why? Because your example is multiple traffics causing one result. Got it?
Yeah.
Now you got it?
Yeah, but there should have been. Oh, there were multiple causes then.
I'm saying multiple traffics, okay? It's a second day of traffic.
Right.
It's a second day of traffic. Okay, got it? So according to you, your husband's perceptions are defective. Okay? He only has 1/3 of normal people's aspects in his mind when he thinks about the traffic. Okay? Either he has the coloration, or he doesn't have the experience, or he has the discrimination, but he doesn't have the coloration. Okay, why? Why? Because you said multiple traffics can only cause one result. Got it? By the way, all of them are wrong anyway, because it wasn't the traffic. Okay, that's the game we're playing. That's the game we're playing, okay? All of them were wrong in the first place. Even if he had 3 from 1, it's still wrong, okay? And that was Baba Viveka's problem. Yeah. Okay, God, he wanted to say self-existently, but we're talking self-existently, all 4 moves. Okay, got it? You guys dizzy? You guys dizzy yet? Okay. Then they come into, yeah, I'm having, there's two results, there's two results of 1 class. Some people leaving, okay, shut up. All right, okay, here, Cha Sumbin Nangne, of the 3 expected aspects, Kangrung Chikona, he only gets 1. Because you said multiple causes, one result. Got it? Okay. And make sure you can. By the way, and I threw in the traffic, because the real point is all 4 choices are wrong. Okay, but he's giving a sort of a conventional interpretation. Okay, all right. Okay, then there are 3 factors which cause those 3 shadings of the mind. Okay, there's an object which causes the experience. There's a color Sorry, what was the second one?
Those colors. So
Yeah, there was a white color of the car, which made a white color of his memory. And then there was a car, isolated, which created a... Now, those three aspects, or those three feelings, when he remembers the traffic, are langje.
An impression.
They are footprints left behind by three different things. If you see a footprint on the ground, you know, the police say, oh, it was this guy who killed the guy. They deduction. They see the footprint and they say. So if your mind has those three aspects, shut up. If those mind has those three aspects, there must have been three different causes. Okay? There was the white, there was the honking, there was the car. And that created, what was the result? That created an awareness, an experience, a coloration, and a discrimination. Okay? So it must be 3 to 3. If the car didn't have a color, he wouldn't have this one, for example. Okay?
So it must be mushi.
So if you have these three aspects of the mind, it proves the original experience in traffic must have had 3 aspects. Got it?
Yeah.
And if you say the result can only be 1, then the cause can never be more than 1. Then you forget it. Then you can't say multiple causes, single result, right?
Right.
Got it? Sorry, yeah, multiple causes, single result. You can't say that.
Which would really make us tempted towards
It
the
should be
second one that we
multiple,
didn't
multiple.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe he's gonna come back to it.
cover. Maybe.
Oh, money pay me who? Inshallah. We got through that one. Kanuchi kono mikshiki kyan sunki langje se tawe. Oh, so there must be only one cause of the 3 footprints. Okay, there's 3 different footprints of 3 different murderers, and you're telling me it was one guy who changed his shoes 3 times. Okay, something like that.
Something that
That's
is
the point.
Occam's razor.
That's the point. Kiensin langje se tawe. Make sure you catch your shin, give me sipam, you remember. Now, according to you then, the two results you want to leave out must have never happened.
Right.
Okay, choose one of the other 2. You want to have one result for 3 causes. And so, misi means, oh, I guess 2 are impossible. Like you can't have an experience, you can't have a coloration, you only have a discrimination, right? Because you said multiple causes, 1 result, okay? So the results, the footprints can only be 1. 3 causes, only 1 result, according to you. Or, he gives them a choice. Or, these 2 happened, gyumepa.
Without a cause.
Yeah, they just pop up. They just pop up. There was no cause. Which you want? Which you want? The mind only has 1 aspect, which it never happens. Oh, no, he has all 3. Okay, then the 2 happen without a cause. Okay, two footprints there without a shoe. You okay? You guys okay?
Yeah.
This is Kirub J. He's amazing. But he's not like Gyaltsab J because you can figure it out. If you slow down, you can figure it out. Gyaltsab J, forget it. He would give all this and not give you the reason. He's so mean. Okay, we're ready for number 4. I hope he's coming back. I'm hoping he's coming back. Is 2 the conventional one?
2 would be.
What is 2?
One cause, multiple results.
No, that doesn't work. Okay, let's go. Number 4. This is hard stuff, as you may know. Tade.
Tademe kyang lo ta tade par nangwa sam yim nam lo kang lang tade par mi nangwa yinam tundam par tade payin.
Okay, here we go. Mushipakapani. What's the 4th one?
It's supposed to be
Many to many.
Many to many?
Yeah.
Okay, good. By the way, he's following the same order as Choni Lama, which we appreciate, you guys. All right. Because they would be complicated if he didn't. Okay, here's the fourth choice. Shema tapatar, as I just told you, and there's matakpa used a different way. Okay, it's not the kin. It's not the right after factor. Okay, Shema tapatar, as I just explained to you, which is kind of a condescending thing. As I've just told you, it means, did you understand it? Now I have to say it again. Ki mikshe ki tenki, when you have that awareness of the brown and round, okay? Ken sum ki, is it the case that three different factors have resulted in three different features of the mind? Here, kepar means features of the mind.
That would be
Okay.
tempting.
Yeah. So is it 3 to 3? Is that where you want to go? You want to go 3 to 3? That's the mushipa. That's the fourth combination. Okay. And the guy's like, yeah, that makes sense. Three qualities of the traffic created three qualities of his memory of the traffic, which upset him, which didn't upset him, right? These are all tapatasamgya-rupa.
Various and hypothetical.
Very hypothetical. Okay, very hypothetical. Because it's not possible anyway. All four are not possible because they're happening without your participation, without your seeds, which is impossible. That's why all four are impossible anyway. But let's go through them. Okay, got it? Okay, you got to remember that, or when it gets to the real one, you're going to be messed up. Okay, 3 to 3 today. So, was it that the three causes got together, tsoks, and created these three impressions, three features, okay, dundampar,
Ultimately.
from their own side, without seeds? Okay, are you saying there were three qualities of traffic? There's three qualities of every member of the traffic, which got him upset, and they happened without your seeds.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it?
Yep.
Tin dumper, without your seeds. If that's the case, then the three footprints left behind by the three factors, okay, got it? Should not be separate from each other. Tademe. But to the mind, they appear as though they are. Okay? If they were created self-existently, then any one of them should have made all three.
Any one of them should-
And if you see three, you're really only seeing one, but you're crazy.
any
Okay.
one of the causes should have made all three.
If they're self-existent,
Yeah.
then when you see those three footprints,
Yeah.
even though they are not ultimately separate, your mind thinks they're separate.
Right.
It must be that. It must be that. Okay? They're all one, but your mind thinks they're separate. Okay, got it?
Yeah. I don't understand.
That's got to be multiple to one. He's got to be talking about multiple to one. Is that what we're talking about? Or did we finish
It can't
it?
be multiple to multiple because it is multiple to one.
Well, what his thought, his reason is that
If it was ultimate, it would be multiple to one.
what was the last one?
If it was ultimate,
Many to many. Last one was
then it would be
Multiple to one? Okay, fine.
No, no, many to many.
No, this is many. This is many to many. The
I
last
don't,
one-
it doesn't sound like it now.
No, it doesn't.
It sounds like he's not following Choni Lama's order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got our order from Choni Lama.
Oh, I see.
This is a different guy.
Oh, he just says Mushipa.
He might do his moves in a different order. Okay? He doesn't mention the moves.
Well, we had three lists that we created the last time. The first one from Chuni Lama, 1 to 1, many to many, many to 1, 1 to many. The second one from K to J, many to 1, many to many, 1 to many, 1 to 1. And then we said, oh no, it's 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to
Here, let's go through it again. Okay, number one is definitely 1 to 1. Okay? Got it? Here, I'm just checking it again.
Yeah.
All right? He doesn't cover number 2. Number 3 for him is many causes, one result. That's clear. Okay?
Yeah.
And he doesn't say what his number 4 is. Okay? But it seems like he's trying to say many to 1. Does that make sense? Or 1 to 1?
We just did.
No,
many-
we just
We
did
just did many to
we just
1.
did many to one.
So it's gotta
And
be
what's number one, one to one?
either
One-to-one,
one
yeah.
to many,
One-to-one.
or
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I gotta work on it.
maybe it's
Uh,
many to many.
Let me give you the pieces. He's saying that Tade Pranawatsamyenam. Yeah, he's saying really it was just one, but the mind is hallucinating and seeing three. That's what he's talking about. Three. They're not separate, but the mind thinks they're separate. Okay, see here. Dindamba Tade Me. Ultimately speaking, the results are not multiple,
Yeah.
but to the mind, they appear to be multiple.
So it could be doing one to many.
It could be.
It could be one to many, or it could be many to many.
Or is it that no matter who looked at it, it wouldn't seem like many?
It would not seem like many. So
Yeah.
it must mean the result is one.
Or is it that they are many, ultimately? He gives three choices. And so cook it. Cook it.
But he's not talking about the cause, so we have no way of knowing whether it's just proving one cause or many causes.
We don't know.
He's only talking about
I suggest we go back to it later, okay?
Luckily, we have
2 minutes.
we have 2 minutes to talk about how we should go back to it later.
Let me...
Is he
Domatana.
going on to explain?
Say again?
Is he going on to explain?
He is. That's how I want to see how much he's explaining. Yeah, okay.
Because usually when we get to his absurd result, we can kind of figure out.
He goes on to explain why each of those three choices is wrong. Okay.
One more minute of organizing these things, and then you will have.
I'll have used that.
You will successfully.
No, I'm just saying he's still on the same argument.
Put a stop here before we stop here for the last one.
He did it.
By the way, here he seems to go on to the Yume Kengoku Ripa. Okay, here. This has to be the end. Okay. This should be end of Mushi Kengo. Okay. Because he seems to go to Yume Kengo, which is a different proof of emptiness. Okay, got it? So all we have to figure out is this part here. Next time. Okay? And it's three reasons why the results can't be what they seem to be. Okay? All right? That's all. And for him, that satisfies him. And then, you know, if we're going to be responsible, we should go get some more pieces. And, no, that's all.
It's in the text.
Then he goes on to Yume. So that's all he says about the chokchur. 1 is 3. And if the reader wants more, we'll say, please refer to other texts.
If they want more about the chokchur.
Yeah.
They want the JP.
We
No,
we
we're going to do that.
we did the kava for you. Now we did the chokchur for you. If you don't like our presentation of the chokchur in 12 pages, then go somewhere else. Ready?
Sashi.
Peki joshin metocham rira blingshin yende genpadi sangye shindu mite uagi jokunanda shina jibasho iram guru ratna mandala kanye atayami Di kewo kun sanam yeshe tsotso shin sanam yeshe lechungwe dampa kuni topasho.
Thank you, Krishna.
Ugh. Maybe we should have just left it. Okay. No,
This is a valiant effort.
it is a